Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of the JP Peterson Show as we celebrate one of the greatest hockey games in the history of the sport, with a lot of connections, obviously, to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we're going to jump right into it. Erik Erlendsson
and you
will join
can't
us.
say that with our guest on the phone listening to this.
Well, you know, I'm very interested to get his perspective on this as a native-born Canadian, but
Right.
having lived a long time and played in the United States, like many of us, very torn in watching as we bring in the great Hall of Famer and the founder of the Lightning and the man that captained Team Canada to a win in the Summit Series in 1972 over the Dirty Russians, the great Phil Esposito. What's up, Phil? How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
Well, it's been a few.
As well as can be expected. As well as can be expected at my age, okay?
Well, you're doing damn good, Phil. Let's just put it that way. You're living the life, the greatest life ever.
Sure.
I'm sitting there watching this game on Sunday, and just, I love the patriotic stuff. I love the Olympics. I love every part of it. Canada was amazing in this tournament, in the game. Just give me your thoughts on what your feelings were. As I said, as a man who captained Team Canada, but has made so much of his life here in the United States. What was it like watching that game for you?
Well, I said this as one of my buddies the other day, we were playing golf, and he said, "Who are you going to cheer for?" I said, "For the loser. Whoever loses the game, I'm going for. Whoever loses, okay?" Only because you're in the middle here, and look, there's no doubt in my mind when McDavid had the breakaway and didn't even get a shot on net.
Yep.
And then when Celebrini had the breakaway and he didn't get the puck up in the air enough on Erlenbach, I remember saying to my wife, who was watching the game with me, I said, "The United States is going to win this. It's like almost destiny. It's almost like destiny, these guys." I don't know why I said that. It just seemed that way. And as the game progressed, the saves that Erlenbach made, and it brought me to Vasilevsky. When Vasilevsky's on like Erlenbach was on, we go a long way. And not to put too much pressure on goalies, but that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Not that Binnington played bad in Canada. He really didn't. But Erlenbach was above and beyond. And that is one of the great goaltending efforts I've ever seen, tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But when McKinnon misses a wide open net on that spot, you say, oh yeah, destiny, man. It's destiny. And what was McCarr doing of all the guys to try to pinch like that?
Wow.
But not only McCarr, McKinnon had a chance to get that puck before Werenski and didn't do it. Little things like that changed everything. But let's give the United States credit, man. They worked and they played. And quite frankly, it's too bad for Canada, but it sure got my patriotism up for the United States. Sure. I don't know about you. It did for me, you know?
Yeah, well, and the aftermath has been incredible with these players and how they reacted in their patriotism and some of the images, Jack Hughes and the broken teeth. And let's talk about Jack for a while. I mean, and Phil, think about this. You brought hockey to Florida. When nobody thought it could ever happen. And Jack Hughes and Quinn Hughes and his brother Luke, they're all part of your legacy of bringing hockey to Florida. And these are the guys that both scored overtime goals to lead the USA. Floridians. If I'd have told you 30 years ago that two Floridians would score from Orlando, what would you have said?
Well, 35 years ago when we started this, a lot of people thought I was completely out of my mind. And I remember going up north and being interviewed after we got the franchise, and it was in Toronto, actually, and the chooch, I call it the chooch, or the idiot, asked me, he says, how do you play hockey in Florida? And I looked him right in the eye and I said, you play outside here? He said, well, no. I said, well, what do you think? You think we're going to play outside, you dodo? I mean, gee, how stupid.
We have air conditioning.
Okay? I mean, come on. Our biggest problem here was the humidity.
Yeah.
And once we solved that with the chillers and all the rest of that stuff, humidifiers and whatever, once we solved that, listen, in 2004, I remember some of the Calgary players saying Tampa Bay's ice was much better than Calgary's ice.
That's right. Yeah.
You remember that, JP?
I do, absolutely, 100%. And it was. And it was, by the way, 100%.
And it was. Yes, it was. And so I don't get it. I don't understand it. Florida, like somebody said, are you upset that the Panthers won 2 in a row too? Absolutely not. It just made Florida more for hockey. Kids are wanting to play. Rinks are being built. It's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. And the vision was when we first came here that would happen. It happened a little slower than I would have liked. But then again, you know me, JP, if it can't be done tomorrow, I don't want to do it.
Exactly. I love that word.
It's just the carryover of things that have done from us winning 2 in a row, and then the Panthers winning 2 in a row, and then you go up in Toronto, they haven't won since 1967. Vancouver's never won a game or won a cup. Yeah. A lot of teams haven't. Ottawa's never won, and they came in at the same time as us. So we've accomplished a hell of a lot down here in the Tampa Bay area that sometimes I think gets overlooked.
I agree.
Because of the Panthers. Do you agree with that?
100%. And I think this legacy of these Florida players winning the biggest game, and where would you rank this game, Phil? I mean, you've seen it all. You've played it all. The Summit Series was historical on so many levels. When you guys, when you captained that team and won 3 in a row in Moscow to win the series 4-3-1, unbelievable. And that was historic and groundbreaking, all those games. Where would you put this game?
Well, look, first off, the 72 was communism.
Yeah.
Russia was total communist, and it turned out to be political because not only did the Russians create the political baloney, so did Canada. Canada was just as much to blame as Russia was in the political sense. This didn't seem like that because that, to me, was like a war, and we only trained for 5 days. Yeah. I mean, that was stupid. We were so stupid. We were, of course, our scouts were from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and no wonder they never win crap. Boy, oh boy, were they bad.
But this game was different, obviously. Not as politically charged. This
game was different. It's still the rivalry between Canada and the United States. I grew up in a border town, Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Sault, Michigan was a half a mile across the rapids. And I can't tell you how many times we would slingshot each other with slingshots and rocks and try to play against each other in street hockey, but you had to take a ferry across. And we did it more than once. And when you always played Sault, Michigan, boy, we had to be better than them. And so that rivalry was always there, and I think it's there now. And the fact that Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup in years, and I don't know how many years it's been, since 93, actually. Yeah. Montreal won, yeah. It digs in the craw of the Canadians. There's no doubt about that. Canada's a very proud country. They love their hockey. And a lot of people say, well, what else do they have? And okay, good for you. But I grew up with it, and I loved it. And all this snow that's going on, boy, would I be building rinks right now.
I bet you would. Yeah. Was this? I'm calling it the greatest game I've ever seen with all that was on the line. My partner here, Timmy, laughs at me when I say that. But I was crying like a baby when they brought out Johnny Gaudreau jersey.
Okay.
I mean, just
crying like a baby. Yeah,
I was crying like a baby.
You're talking about.
Yeah.
You're crying like a baby because of what happened and all those things. The game itself was a fantastic game.
Awesome.
It really was. It was a great game. And I mean, one of the things that has come out of it was what Coop said about 3-on-3.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
He's not wrong in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You play a 7-game series, but this was one game like the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
one game. You know, and if you wanted to play, I like this 20-minute 3-on-3. To tell you the truth, if we did it in our game, I don't think we'd ever have a shootout, and that would be great with me.
Yeah.
Because to win a game on a shootout, I don't agree with at all. Never have and never will. But to win it in overtime, and if you go 3-on-3, wow. For 20 minutes, somebody's going to score.
Yep.
Somebody is going to score. And it proves out all the time, if you think about it. Well, I don't think the league would ever adopt that. And let's put it this way. Why did they do that? Why did they make the rules a 20-minute 3-on-3? Television.
Yep.
Television. NBC paid an enormous amount, I'm sure, for the rights to that.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a window of getting the game done. Then they had to have the closing ceremonies and a medal. So they had to have a time restraint. So I don't see anything wrong with doing the 3-on-3 for 20 minutes. You don't do it in the Stanley Cup because you play 7 games, a 4 out of 7. You just don't do it 4 out of 7. You know what I mean?
What would you think, Phil, about going to a series like a best of 3 for a gold medal game in the Olympics?
You don't have the time right now in between. Think about this. These guys are going up to the State of the Union dress today, right?
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Then they got to play tomorrow night. The Lightning play tomorrow night.
Yeah,
So is Jake Gensel going to be up there? Is Austin Matthews going to be up there and then fly down for the game here because we play Toronto?
Yeah.
I mean, where is Jack Hughes going to play? Where's Quint going? Because with all the snow and all that.
Yeah.
And their obligation is to their NHL team.
Yeah.
That's what their obligation is now. Okay? For 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, their obligation was to the country, United States. But now their obligation is to where they get paid from the professional team that they're with.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And you can't forget that.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's a fantastic point. Hey, Phil, talk a little bit about Jack Hughes and these young American players and the American developmental system that has kind of produced these young players. And going back to when you guys made the game great, there were mostly dominant Canadian players. And now you guys, as I mentioned, you bringing hockey to Florida has opened the door for so many. Matt, we have kids from Arizona that are starring in this league. It just truly has become, obviously the USA and Europe as well. It is the greatest league in the world. And to see it culminate in this is pretty cool.
In my era of the late 60s and 70s and a little bit in the early 80s, maybe 15% were from the United States. Maybe 12%. Now, could be 40%.
Yeah.
Maybe more. And you got the Europeans probably at 12 or 15%. And then you got Canadians. And really and truly, United States are leaps and bounds over Canada as far as development is concerned. They take it very seriously, but it's a different country. Canada's a different country. They different political views, much more different than we have here.
Yeah.
And you can't dissuade that. Taxes are insane. If I told you what my sister pays in tax, making $65,000 a year, you would go, "What the hell is that about?" You know what I mean?
Hey, but they get free health care.
Bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a misconception.
I know.
Well, we got 70,000 people or so in my hometown of Canada, Sault Ste. Marie, and you don't have an MRI machine. You may have one. So you got to go to Sudbury,
Wow.
180 miles away to get things done. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you could go across the border before, but not anymore to get an MRI in Michigan.
Phil, does this with this patriotic display, I mean, there's actually people that don't like it, and I can't imagine thinking that way. But it comes at a time when we are so politically divided and people still taking shots. It's pretty crazy. But I don't know about you, but I know you're Canadian. I feel like I'm half and half. I love Canada. Love the people of Canada. Love John Cooper. It sucked that they didn't win gold. I don't want to even say they lost because it was such a great game. But can this bring us together? I love the patriotism that's being displayed and what these young men are saying and doing. I think it's absolutely fantastic. What are your thoughts?
I say this in all due respect. The media won't allow it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great point.
They won't. They got to have the news, man. You got so many of these things, and they could change one word in an interview. And I learned this in 1964, my second year in the league, when I said something and I read it in the paper, and they're saying that they left out a couple of key words that changed the whole content.
Yep.
And I got crap for it from my teammates, and I got crap for it from the management in Chicago. And I wondered, wow, boy, you got to be really careful.
Yep.
You got to be. And it isn't, and it didn't get any better, I can tell you that. In fact, it got a lot worse.
No, it has not.
And
no.
I feel for the guys. That's why a lot of them don't want to do interviews, because they transform your words and screw you up.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, it's all over this stupid social media that we have, and which I don't subscribe to, and I don't like it. I just think it's wrong. I like my privacy, and that's the way I am. But let me tell you, I am a Canadian-born American, because I'm an American citizen, and I've been living in this country for a long, long time, of Italian descent. And I don't understand why people can't get that. Okay, I was born in Canada, so I guess I am a Canadian. Once you're born somewhere, that's what you are. You can't get rid of that. But I'm an American. I've been living in the States. I treat America as my home, and that's the way I believe. It's where I vote. It's where I make my livelihood. It's where my children are. I still have relatives in Canada. I go there once a year to see them. And sometimes I can't wait to get out. Sometimes.
But I assume you love listening to the players.
Because of the political stuff like that. I can't wait to get the hell out. Anyway.
I don't
Maybe I get myself in trouble again, JP. You think?
No, you're spot on, partner. That's why we love you. You tell it like it is. So did I get a final answer from you? Was this the greatest game you've ever seen played?
No, I can't say that. I consider me playing in some of the greatest games ever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're a little biased.
Yeah. I'm biased because I play.
Absolutely.
Watching the game.
You should be.
Come on, when I was 8 years old and watching hockey night in Canada with my dad and my brother and my mom, my old man making a pizza every Saturday night, and we'd sit there and watch the hockey game. Those were the greatest games I ever saw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As the years go by. And look, I just think that, was it the greatest game? Probably in a lot of people's minds it was, because they won, because the United States won.
Yep.
And tell you the truth, Canada was a better hockey team.
I agree.
They were.
Just ask Nathan McKinnon. He'll tell you.
I mean, yeah, he'll tell you. And he's right, though. They were. They were the more talented. But they got beat by a superb effort from the goaltender and then a superb effort from the rest of that United States team. Superb effort. You cannot knock, and not that the Canadians didn't give a tremendous effort too. That's why you thought it was a terrific game.
Yes.
If U.S. had lost, you wouldn't have said that.
No, I would have. I would have. I would have. 100%. 100%, Phil.
Sure,
Come on. Come
on. Yeah, sure.
I swear
you would
I
have.
swear. Okay, maybe you're right.
Everybody loves the winner. Everybody loves the winner, man. Everybody loves the winner.
Well, Phil, before you go, quick note on obviously the Lightning 19-1-1 before this break. An incredible stadium series. I mean, that's one of the greatest games I've ever seen right there, that game.
Yeah, that was an event that I will never forget. That's
incredible.
From being frozen out of my booth.
Yeah, it felt good.
And watching this game and praying to God at the beginning, please, just don't let it rain. Don't let it rain, please.
They had to heat up the ice.
Miserable.
Yeah, from that.
Christ. I know they had to heat up the ice.
Insane. So from the stadium series in 19-1-1, and now the Olympics with Coop and Hagel and Gensel, and now we all got to turn the Titanic around and start getting back in line here, heading towards the Stanley Cup. How do they respond and come back from all this hoopla and get focused back on the Lightning?
Well, right off the bat, they're going to have 4 games in 6 nights.
Yeah,
I mean that's incredible. And my feeling is, if Vasilevsky continues he didn't lose a little bit of that mojo, he was on a roll, man, big time. The team was on a roll. Now they've been off for 2 weeks or something, maybe a little longer.
Yeah.
And you got to come back and get that mental ability back in your mind. And it's not the physical part so much, because physically they're going to be fine. It's the mental. To get back into being mentally sharp in the games like you were. Don't make those stupid plays in your own zone that we were noted for at the beginning of the year, that we got away from and really, really played really well. And then whenever there was a problem, Vasilevsky was there, and he made the save. And even Johansson was there. So when you get that goaltending, and it was proven right there in the Olympics, you get that goaltending, you got more of a favorable chance of winning than losing. And if Vasi can give us that like he's been, we're going to be fine. But you're going to have back-to-back games, and it's going to be, I think we're going to have some more injuries. Everybody is, because these guys' bodies can take so much.
Yeah.
You can't be shoving all these games and then going into the playoffs and shoving games there again. That's why I was against the Olympics in the middle of the season like this. But the players wanted it.
Yep.
The owners didn't, but the players did. And so they got it.
Well, I think it's good for hockey.
Live by it.
Yeah, I think it's good for the game of hockey. I think the game of hockey won more than anything for that gold medal game. The women's gold medal game, over 7 million people watch that, maybe more. I can't imagine what the ratings are going to be like on this one. Too. Yeah, fantastic.
By the way, those girls.
Wow.
That American team was really good. They're good. This girl, Harvey, number 4 that played, she can skate, and she's smart, and she can make some plays, real good plays. And it was good for Hillary Knight, really good. She scored that goal and got everything going, and probably her last Olympics, I would assume, like Sydney. I wish Sydney wouldn't have got hurt, Crosby.
I know.
Because it was probably going to be his last one.
Yeah.
That he could participate in. And people ask me, did you ever play in the Olympics? We weren't allowed to, folks.
That's right.
We weren't allowed to.
Yeah, that didn't happen until the 90s, right?
98
Yeah.
was the first game in Nagano where the NHL players were allowed. We weren't allowed to. So that's, that's the way it goes. But there's one thing for sure. And I said this, and Kucherov said it, and I agreed with him. There's no place in sports for politics.
Agreed.
I just don't agree with that.
Agreed.
And there's no reason, like it started, I think, in the 80s when we didn't let our people go to the Summer Olympics. I thought that was disgraceful.
Dumb.
After these people working their butts off for all their lives to get there and not being able to go and not allowing the Russians to play in these Olympics, Winter Olympics with the hockey team and all that. I also thought that was wrong. Same as the Four Nations tournament.
Yep.
I didn't agree with it. And, Coach lives in the United States, and he really likes it here, but he really would have liked to perform in there, and so would have Vasilevsky.
Absolutely.
I would imagine.
That'd have been a pretty good Russian team.
It would have been a very good Russian team, and it would have been a terrific Olympics, even made more. But the fact remains, they didn't, and the United States won, and good for them.
All right, Phil, thank you for being so generous with your time. As always, my friend, we'll see you tomorrow night. I'm sure we're going to have some type of celebration for the whole Olympic thing. So we'll see what I'm sure it'll be a great time again at Benchmark International Arena as we get back on the ice. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate you.
Look, thanks, JP. Take care. Bye-bye.
Right. There he goes.
The great Phil Esposito right there.
How about that, man?
He doesn't hold back, does he?
No, he shouldn't.
Well, I guess I'm frozen here, huh?
But you're in a very thought-provoking,
very, very pensive.
You're deep in thought right now.
The thinker, right there. There it is.
The thinker, JP.
My version.
I got to screenshot that. Hang on a second. I got to get that on.
Please do. I guess I can pick my nose now if I have to.
Whatever. If you're going to scratch or pick, you need to do it now.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was great. That was fantastic. Phil's the best. Man, he's the absolute best. Does not hold back at all.
So here's a question for you. So the Lightning don't have any statues or anything, right? Of ex-players?
Yeah, we got a statue of Espo out front, and we got a statue of Andrew Chuck.
Okay. I was going to ask if Espo, there has to be, if there's not, there had to be a statue in the works for Espo, right?
Yeah, Espo's right out front, and then Andrew Chuck's on the Thunder Alley as well, holding up the cup.
Where's Vinny LeCavalier and Martin St. Louis, man?
We don't have they're not statue worthy, evidently.
Where's the JP Peterson statue?
And what's it made out of? Horse manure.
Clay. It's just clay.
It's bullshit. Thank you very much. And it's smelly too. Wow. Yeah. All right, we'll take a quick break. Erik Erlendsson's going to join us in our second hour. He's going to join us live from Benchmark International Arena. Oh, it almost slipped out there.
You almost said it.
No, I did not. I didn't finish it.
Almost.
All right, so we'll chat with him. We're brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing. Don't forget to get your free estimate and get in the running for 2 Lightning tickets in the Mark, the all-inclusive food and beverage club at a Benchmark International Arena. But get that free estimate from Pitch Roofing. We had the guys on last week and educating you as to what you need to do to get your roof repaired, or if you need a new roof. Or they'll come out and tell you if you do need a new roof, by the way, and they'll be honest about it. Tell you how much life you have left in your roof. Go to the website, pitchroofing.com. Give them a call and tell them JP sent you. Great folks over there. Back in 3. For Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and My Safe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond, from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Omerton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's the love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Let me get this other camera up, see if we get the...
Where are you? I can't find you.
I'm still frozen. Hold on. What the hell's going on around here? I'll give you that other camera. See if that works. What's up? What's up with my other camera?
You got me.
Just
I'm not there.
What kaput?
I don't know, but okay. I don't. Well, let's see. I can't hear you now because you took the other camera out. The other camera is your main camera as we produce on the air. You need to change your main camera to the wide angle shot you have there. As he takes us both out of the
Stand by for news.
producing on the air. Producing on the air.
But, I think I'm
The
out
question
to
of
go
the day, Bucs fans. Should JP get a new camera for the studio? I don't know. Do I need to make a trip to Tampa just so I can
We might need that.
fix some things? So just assign the wide shot as your main camera.
Okay. How do I do that?
Just go into your camera settings and select that camera.
Well, it only gives me extra camera. All right, hold on. Stand by.
No, go to.
I got you. I got you now. Hold on. I got you. No, it's not working.
Well, you're on now. Like it should. What camera are you on now?
The wide shot. This is awesome TV.
All right, I'm tired of that music though. Here, let's. So where are you going to settings? You're out again. As many of you will notice, here in the Dallas studio, I have replaced my Tampa Bay Buccaneers flag with the American flag. Because Olympics and stuff. And by the way, some of y'all saw my social media posts as JP tries to figure out his situation. Y'all saw my social media post about the Olympics and the gold medal game and blah, blah. Look, I was not bashing or anything anti-USA hockey. That wasn't what was happening. I was simply displeased with the presentation of the game. And I was already saying that when Canada was in the lead 1-0. Had nothing to do with who won the game. I was not happy with the format. I was, first of all, and y'all know this because I talked about it when the Olympics started, I wasn't happy with the sheet of ice they were playing on. That is not international ice. That was European ice. Many of you think it was NHL ice. It was not an NHL size rink. It was a European size rink, which differs ever so slightly from the NHL size rinks. But this was international hockey. This was not European hockey. They should have played on an international sized ice sheet like they normally do in the Olympics. And that's all I was saying. I didn't like the ice size from the get-go. And for those of you that don't know, international sized ice is wider than NHL ice by a lot, by like 13 or 15 feet, I want to say. But it's also shorter. It's shorter by, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet. But the room behind the goal behind the goal is actually wider. So I prefer. Oh, do we have JP back?
I'm back.
Hey, look
I'm
at
back.
that. So I prefer the international ice for Olympic play. Number one, I was butthurt about that the entire time because that's one of the appeals for me for watching international hockey, especially in the Olympics. Number two, the 3-on-3 was a farce. That's what I was talking about with the asterisk. You got to look, first of all, you got to put an asterisk next to the Tampa Bay Lightning 2020 Stanley Cup.
Oh, God.
Because it was in the bubble. Just like you did the Lakers championship that year. Plus, it was against the Stars.
You're right. It does deserve an asterisk because it was much harder than any other year.
It was easier,
You are correct.
whatever. But
100%.
man, and I'd have said the same thing if Canada won the gold. I hate it because 3-on-3 hockey, and Phil talked about it, does not belong in single elimination games or in the postseason. The NHL doesn't even use it in the postseason. I hate it. Those teams are not built for 3-on-3 play. I understand the points that Phil made about TV time and all of this crap.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That should come second. What's most important is the product on the ice.
Yeah.
And the gold medal game. Screw the TV schedule. This is hockey. Let's play hockey like it's supposed to be played. I'm not a fan of the shootout either. I don't like that they go to that in the Olympics.
No, that's awful. That's awful.
It's awful. But you know what? In the NHL, I would rather see a shootout win than a tie. I freaking hate ties. I've hated ties my entire life. It's one of the reasons of the 8,000 reasons I will not watch soccer.
Yeah.
But I was just pissed at the 3-on-3 because that does not belong in postseason hockey or in single elimination.
And if you're a Canadian fan like you are, you didn't want to see that because it's a crapshoot at that point. It's a total crapshoot. But everybody knows the rules. The rules are the same for everybody. And you just go out, you play. And to Phil's point, Makar made a really big mistake.
Yeah,
he should have backed up and played positional hockey, but he didn't, and he was being aggressive. And you can't fault him for that. But it was a mistake. It was a huge mistake, and they made him pay.
But that mistake also doesn't happen in 5-on-5 hockey.
That's right. Absolutely. Those type of mistakes do happen and lead to. But it's much less prevalent, obviously, because of the numbers of players on the ice. Yeah, I wasn't thrilled. In fact, I didn't even know what the overtime rules were. I was actually shocked that they were going to play 3-on-3. I mean, obviously that happened in the women's game. We learned right then, and I'm like, wow, this. Right. I was really surprised at that. So it is what it is. And by the way, Cooper got a lot of shit for saying something about the 3-on-3. But again, just to Phil's point, it was taken out of context because he immediately said right after it, hey, we all know the rules and we know we won a game that way. So we totally get it. It's just not my favorite way to, it's not real hockey. And he's 100% correct. Yep. But he was, again, taken out of context and raked over the coals. Oh, sour grapes. No, it wasn't sour grapes. It was, he actually said everything. Goes, well, he should have said this. Well, he did say that. If you watch the whole interview, he said all that. He acknowledged that, yes, we won a game. Yes, we knew the rules. All that, United States. So that was complete horseshit with people pissing on Cooper that way. Yeah. I thought Canada played it. That's why I thought it was one of the greatest games, if not the greatest game I've ever seen. Just in my opinion, it was to me, that's the one I will remember more than anything. Probably maybe Game 7. 2004 is pretty big too. That was pretty big here, and we'll remember that. But this one, for all the import of the patriotism and in USA and on the Olympic stage, which I think we can all agree is the biggest stage, it was a hell of a hockey game. I mean, back and forth, miraculous saves, a time and time again. I mean, how many times did you just get up out of your seat and just go, "Oh my God, I can't believe that didn't go in"? Maybe a dozen times. And it was just up and down the ice, the level of skill. And as Eddie O said very early on, and Kenny Albert, who, by the way, the entire broadcast crew was fantastic on so many levels.
Great was that, man? Good Lord.
From a production standpoint,
yes.
When I talk about the greatest game, I mean, it was just spot on. So good. And they said early on, this is the fastest game I've ever seen. I've never seen a game this fast. Mm-hmm. And he was right. It was just up and down the freaking ice.
Now imagine how that game would have looked on international ice.
Yeah. I mean,
even faster.
It's crazy, but it was just so good in so many ways. And I don't even want to call it a political bent, but it's a patriotic bent.
Sure.
And that part of it, I just love. I'm a sucker for patriotism.
Sure.
And I love the red, white, and blue, and the free bird, and the Toby Keith song in the locker room. And last night at Club 11, I'm going to say, Timmy, this is the first time that the Star Spangled Banner has ever been played or sung in that nightclub. You can bet your ass on that. And it was Team USA last night.
Oops.
I have to stand up and take my hat off.
Anyway, that goes on for quite a while.
You Canadian goose.
What do I have behind me, JP?
You have the U.S. flag, as you were told to do.
I wasn't told by anybody to do. I actually I have to take my Buccaneers flag down when I do Dallas Cowboys shows, and I hang my Dallas Cowboys flag up there. And then this morning I reached over because Bucs flag's right here to my left on the wall. I happen to stare into the production room to my left, and I have that hanging in the production room all the time. That's where it stays. And I looked at it. I'm like,
attaboy.
By the way, did you see what I also had on the damn TV earlier?
What's that?
I had this on the TV. I think maybe I changed it right before we started.
Attaboy.
Look, I had all of this up for everybody. And look, I want to say two things, JP, if you will indulge me for 2 seconds.
Sure.
Number one, Phil made a very, very good point about, because you asked him a great question about it. Will this victory kind of unite the country, right? And he said, you know what? No, because of the media
won't allow it. Yeah.
And you know what? We already have an example of that with the U.S. women's hockey team declining President Donald Trump's invitation to the State of the Union address for very legitimate, non-political reasons, right? It's just, they have several scheduling conflicts. This was a last-minute invite. Yeah. It's not on their schedule. They have to stay to their schedule. If you read the statement from the team representative, it's very polite. It's very, I mean, it's great. It's
no problem with it.
No politics whatsoever. Yet the media is turning it into a political thing. Yeah, and all I have to say is the United States women's hockey team is not the United States women's soccer team. Don't ever confuse the two, because they're
not even close
from each other.
Not even close.
So
they will come to the White House at another time.
They will.
Absolutely.
They just couldn't do it for.
And by the way, when I watched the whole Cash Patel Trump, when he had him in the dressing room and the players were on speakerphone with the president, he said, "You guys know I have to invite the ladies too," and everybody said like that was some slight at the ladies. I mean, come on. I mean, we're going to parse the language like that? Absolutely not. And of course, the players were like, "Hell yeah, they're coming." I mean, but that was somehow a slight on the women's team. I mean, come on.
Again, let's turn everything political, right?
Everything's got to be political and try to take a shot. It's just, listen, he makes a buffoon of himself enough. You don't have to make it up when he does.
We don't need help making
plenty
him
of
look bad,
stupid ammunition. You don't need to make stuff up like that. It is distressing that it has been made political, as I knew it would be. We can't have anything nice. We can't have anything nice. We have to spoil it in some way. And the people that are doing that, shame on you. Shame on you. It's just disgusting on so many levels.
And then my other point about this game is I was having bad PTSD Vietnam flashbacks, JP, watching Canada. With all of the opportunities they had to win that game, McKinnon missing an open net, just poor decisions on the ice. I had bad flashbacks to the 2000 Stanley Cup Finals. Dallas Stars coming off of their win in '99. They make it back to the finals. They're going against New Jersey, probably a better team. That is the series in which Eddie Belfour in game one gave up 7 goals drunk. That they credited to, well, he had a cold and he had a bunch of cough syrup before the game. No, he was, and he'll tell you like in private, he was drunk. He was drunk for that game. and he allowed 7 goals. And I was actually in Florida. I was in what's it called? Not Kissimmee. What's the Disney
Kissimmee
Celebration? I was in Celebration.
Okay.
Watching that game. Anyway, I was visiting a friend back then. So, but then it was in the deciding game, Dallas was down. They had every opportunity. They played better than New Jersey. And then Joe Neuendijk, maybe my favorite Stars player of all time, least favorite GM of all time, is the exact same shot that McKinnon missed.
Yeah.
Martin Brodeur was sprawled eagle in the crease from the same angle, the same spot, everything, and he can't elevate the puck, and he misses the net. And it was just, I had flashbacks to that shot. Stars end up losing the cup, and that was the deciding game for him. By the way, Jason Arnott scored the game-winning goal, who the next year was a Dallas Star, which was weird for me. But look, Canada, yes, Nathan McKinnon was right. They were the better team. But you know what? That doesn't matter. That's why we keep score. In that game. But it doesn't matter because that's why we keep score. If we weren't going to keep score, then they'd win the participation trophy.
Yeah. I mean,
but no, to your point about the greatest game you've ever seen, I don't think it's the greatest game I've ever seen. Was it up there? Absolutely. Just because of the speed, the skill level, these guys playing on the same team in the NHL and battling each other on opposite ends of the ice in international play. I will also say I kind of liked the Four Nations tournament better. I don't know why. Yeah. To me it was better.
Now, this one being on the Olympic stage and, the fact that the United States had not won Olympic gold in 46 years, the same day. Did you see the Miracle on Ice, the movie?
Oh, yeah.
About where they scratched Jack Hughes? Have you seen that? Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah. These time travelers, I think, hang out in Hollywood. I think there's no – how in the effing world?
Isn't that crazy?
How in the – if you haven't seen this, so in the movie Miracle at 51 minutes – they're doing a little montage of how the guys were, trying out for the team and getting cut. And there's a place where the coach scratches out a name and it's Jack Hughes. And then he walks over to the locker room and takes the masking tape name off the locker. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And there really was a guy, Jack Hughes, who tried out and played for Harvard and didn't make it.
Real person. Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me? Like, come on, get out of here.
Life imitating art right there. And then have you also seen that Mike Tirico called the 2004 Olympics with the Hughes boys' mother as the color commentator?
Oh, that's right. That's right. And she was
she played in 80. What was it? 84, I guess she played
on the first women's hockey team, U.S. women's hockey team. Yeah. By the way, how about Mike Tirico after that guy get choked up? His words after that game and his summation of the day. Boy, I don't know. I got to know this. And it might taint it a little bit, but did somebody write that and put that in the prompter for him? I don't think so.
No, it's my understanding that was all him off the top of his head.
I think that was a gold medal performance. His summation and his unabashed patriotism in a moment when I'm sure a lot of people didn't like it. I really appreciated it. Appreciated it, especially coming from a legacy media company. NBC did a hell of a job with these Olympics. They really, really did. They leaned into the patriotism, which I wouldn't, beforehand. Hell, I even saw ESPN tweeting out Jack Hughes' patriotic interview. I mean, I'm like, somebody hacked into the ESPN Twitter account.
Somebody's getting fired.
Somebody's getting fired for this. My God, and just hockey culture. Just in general wins this week. It is such a, the things that are, such a foundation of hockey culture, the work ethic, the passion, the toughness. I mean, I love the memes going around this weekend showing when Anthony Davis got his finger jammed and was out for the season. And when LeBron flopped the other day, when he got a little elbow in the ribs, it was down on the floor like he just got shot. And they're showing Jack Hughes in the corner with his blood coming out of his mouth. I mean, it's just, absolutely loved it. And just the toughness, the humility of hockey culture, as you saw so much, every one of these players deflecting credit to the team, unabashed patriotism. Just, I love it. I love every bit of it. I think we got Jack Hughes here at that interview if you want to play that.
Are you guys excited to be going to the White House and meeting Trump?
Yeah, we're excited. I mean, anytime, like, everything is so political. We're athletes. We're so proud to represent the U.S. And when you get the chance to go to the White House, meet the president, we're proud to be Americans, and, that's so patriotic. So no matter what your views are, we're super excited to go to the White House tomorrow and just be a part of that.
How do you feel about the women not going?
They got busy schedules too. I mean, I know we're getting everyone's giving us backlash for all the social media stuff today, but it's so
crazy.
negative. People are so negative out there, and they're trying to find a reason to just put people down and make something out of almost nothing. But our relationship with them over the course of being in the Olympic Village, I think we were so tight with their group and our group after we won the gold medal.
I mean, come on. I mean, what are we doing? I am so ashamed of my profession. The people in media, the way they have taken on agendas, lack of journalistic integrity. It's so sickening. And it is the number one reason we are as divided as we are. Yeah. Because these are agenda-driven media companies that are pushing this agenda constantly.
And they look for stuff. They just look for stuff.
They do. This is their job because they want to create chaos. This is what they do. Chaos sells. Chaos, advances their agenda. It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. And, I don't want to go on a rant, but it's disgusting. It's gross. And when you and in this moment, you're really showing your ass. You are really showing your ass. If you can't get behind this, just because it doesn't feel. And the Huffington Post, that article.
What a joke.
If you feel icky waving the flag and being a patriot, you're not alone.
You're not alone.
You're not.
Joke.
There's about 15% of people just like you, but the vast majority of Americans are not. The vast majority of Americans look down at you as pathetic little small-minded people that you are. And yeah.
And they're
exposing themselves, which is great.
And I've even seen backlash. I've even seen backlash for Jack Hughes for what he just said right there, coming across my timeline on X. Some leftist liberal woman who, by the way, looked just like Megan Rapinoe. I guess that's what they all look like. But she goes, Jack Hughes, you lost a lot of respect from the entire nation today because of what you said. Blah blah. I'm like, why? It takes so much effort to come on put your phone on to say stuff like that. Like get out of here. You have to make an effort to look that stupid. I don't understand why people are like that. Just
like Bucs basement here. Listen to this. I felt so dirty rooting for USA with Tkachuk. I hope he choked on his gold medal. Also was not a fan of them mocking the women's hockey team, which is probably why they said no to Trump's invitation. You're 100% wrong, bro. You are so wrong.
You actually believe that?
Yeah. And that video in an afterthought. You're ridiculous because that's your bent. That's the way you see it. And it's just, you're so deranged, bro. Regardless of political beliefs, these people represent the USA and deserve respect and admiration. Who's not respecting them? Get out of here with that bullshit.
Seen any of that.
Get out of it. It's just people. Bucs basement. If that's what you think, F you, bro. Sorry. Get out of here. I don't like Matthew Tkachuk. I don't like him. It's hard to root for him. Do I want him to choke on his gold medal? Get out of here. You know what? You're banned. Done with you.
Wow.
I don't want to ban him because we take all opinions, but you just showed who you are. You just showed who you are, bro. Yeah.
I can't even fathom that type of mentality.
I can't. But I wanted to play it because, you people show who you are. Alejandro Noriega says, good morning, JP and Timmy. Wow, what a weekend. Baseball is back. Hockey is returning, and Team USA made history. I can't wait to talk about Tampa Bay sports with you boys and hope you boys having a good day. Look at that positivity. Love you.
There you go.
Love you. You have a choice, Bucs basement. You can say what you said or you can do what he did. And that's what you did. Get out of here. Rick says, USA sweeping Canada. What's next? Take their poutine, Molson and Brian.
What's wrong with Poutine, Molson, and Brian Adams, Rick?
Nothing. It's all fantastic. It's all fantastic.
I love all of these things. I prefer Labatt's, but Molson's okay.
By the way, and this is, and a lot of people that, were posting the anti-Canada stuff. I wasn't playing into that. I'm cheering for USA. I'm not anti-Canada in any way, shape, or form. I love Canada, and I love the people of Canada.
Let me address that for a second, because that was on my list, JP. Everyone's talking about when in the Four Nations Cup, when they were playing in Toronto, when the idiot Toronto fans were booing the Americans. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
It wasn't. No, I didn't like it either. But don't put all of Canada
right
in the same group as the idiots that live in Toronto and cheer for the idiot Maple Leafs. Okay.
That's right.
That is not all of Canada. So you need to let that go and boo your Toronto Maple Leafs brothers, because that's who did that. It wasn't all of Canada. I'm kind of tired of that.
Yeah, exactly. Understand that, Canada is a lot like the United States. They have blue areas and red areas.
Yep.
And most of it is red.
Yeah.
and the inner city parts are blue. Same. It's very similar.
Alberta wants to be part of the United States.
Exactly. Can you blame them? Nope. What else we got here? JS813 guy says, in the event Mike Evans played his last game for the Bucs, where does he rank among the greatest players in Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Ooh, that's a good question.
History. We will debate that another day. That's a great question. Off the top of my head, I'm always going to go. I have 1 and 1A, and it's always going to be Derek and Rondé. By the way, I played golf with Rondé yesterday. We had to show some of that video later on. That was fun. So I'm always going to go Derek Rondé, 1A, and I don't care. Call me a wuss for staying on the edge. But after that, I just can't go there with Sapp. I just can't.
Wow.
I can't.
Talk about media bias.
I can't. As a player, yeah. But if I have to group everything, if you tell me greatest Buccaneer, I'm grouping everything in as far as being an ambassador, being kind to fans, not spitting on them.
It's never a good look when you spit on them.
F-bombing them. Yeah. I got to go Derek, Rondé, and then probably Mike.
Wonder if Marshawn Lattimore thinks Mike's one of the best Bucs ever.
That'd be a no. That'd be a hard no. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that ranking in another time. We kind of did that with the top 50. Alejandro says, with the Falcons franchise tagging Kyle Pitts as they did, is there a scenario where we could franchise tag Mike to ensure he's on the team while we work out a contract? Could that be a possible route Bucs take? The franchise tag on him would be like $35 million. So
28.
28. So 28 million. Yeah. That wouldn't, and it's 1 year and you can't, it hits the cap hard. So that would be a very bad way to go.
28-year-old Mike, maybe, but not this guy.
What else we got? Yeah. Aviation says U.S. women declined to visit the State of the Union, and they're going to go to the White House at some point. So
it was just a legit scheduling conflict.
For those of you who want to stir crap up, go sit in the basement and do that.
By the way, JP, I've got another piece of video here that I found that I thought was maybe some of the greatest video ever, and I wasn't going to make it political. I just thought it was a funny video, but now I kind of want to make it political now and dedicate it to Bucs Basement, because this is some of the greatest video I've ever seen in my life. Probably need to pull the audio down or we'll get banned. But I just thought this was, I didn't know Trump was a lefty.
Well, that's weird. That's weird.
Right?
Shouldn't be a lefty, no.
No, he shouldn't be a lefty, but it's pretty funny.
That doesn't fit at all.
I just thought whoever put this together with their AI skills, I guess it was with Grok, which is the Elon Musk AI. Look at that hit on the Canadian right there. And then he pulls off the gloves and he's ready to go to town. I just thought this video was just great. It just cracked me up.
People can't laugh, though. They can't laugh at that.
And look, I was going to show that before Bucs Basement. I wasn't going to make it a political thing. I just thought it was funny. But, it would have been funny if it was Gerald Ford, too, by the way.
Yeah, if it was Biden, he couldn't skate. No. Which is more, neither can Trump, let's just be honest. John Hill says, which is more valued as a hockey player, the gold medal or the Stanley Cup?
Oh, I think it's the Stanley Cup.
I've asked that question to people that have won both. In fact, I did just ask that to Freddie Modine a couple weeks ago. He was a guest of ours on Lightning Hockey Night Live, and you'll always get a very measured answer. It's just different. It's different. We're playing for your country is the greatest honor ever. It's fantastic winning as a team in that way and representing your country. And then as a Stanley Cup, it's the ultimate hardest trophy to win. So it's always pretty much a measured answer. I don't think I've ever heard anyone go one way or the other.
Yeah.
To be quite honest.
I will tell you, I did have a drunken conversation with one Mike Madonna one time, who of course represented Team USA. And he, in an inebriated state, told me that the Stanley Cup is more important personally, right? Because that's what you grow up really thinking about more. But the gold medal was just something out of patriotic pride. Like, I don't know if that means anything, but that was his answer in a very honest state of mind that he was in at the time.
Well, that's it. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Am I hearing that somebody put in the chat that the Bucs are going to play in Munich again this year? Did I just see that? Trying to double check that on Twitter. I haven't seen it, so we'll double check that. And Mike H said Cash is still chugging cheap beer. See him in the. And again, what's wrong with that? Like, what's wrong?
So
why do you have a problem with that? Aviation says I can see Mike in San Francisco.
Who
I didn't even thought about the 49ers.
Gross.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Said, how long can Mike hold up in a cold winter like New England or a cold summer like San Francisco? Good morning to you, Nathan Elliott. Michael LaRue says, would Kirk Cousins follow Zach Robinson here on a veteran minimum deal? He'd be a great scout team quarterback going up against Todd Bowles' defense in training camp. Indeed, he would. And he would maybe give Todd a little information on why his defense is so easy to dissect. Well, hopefully Zach Robinson is giving him that information as well. But it's pretty obvious why it's so easy to dissect. Everybody's figured it out. So, and basically, we've talked about this before, his defense is complicated, but yet very predictable. There's certain things you can do offensively to dictate what the Bucs do defensively. And if you want to take Yaya out of rushing most of the time, you can do that with certain, sets and formations and motions, because there's automatic rules that any person on that front seven, their responsibilities can change as the play develops. And, if a tight end goes this way, goes that way, then everybody, and that's not unique just to his defense, but his defense seems a little bit more complicated, a little bit more rigid in terms of trying to get out of things and checking out of things. So when you're not checking out of things and not disguising well, the other team, it becomes very predictable. And they can also dictate based on your rules, favorable matchups, which you see all the time is getting, Austin Eckler in the flat on Yaya Diaby in a key situation in a playoff game. And that's why when, stats are a little bit misleading, because great offensive coordinators will save certain plays for certain situations. They could run them all game and probably run up more yards, but they'll save certain plays for certain third down and goal line situations to be able to, surprise the defense and not make them aware of it and create a favorable matchup. And the great play callers know when to do that. And that affects out winning or losing games. So that's why, sometimes your numbers might be good, but you're not winning games. And you'll see that a lot with Todd Bowles' teams, because he's not a good manager late in games. He's terrible, as a matter of fact. And that's what the numbers say. Rick says, unfortunately, JP, the media is an issue. There were actual articles written about the stress and anxiety of rooting for the U.S. in the Olympics. I'm sure there are certain people that feel that way. I get it. But I don't think they're very deep thinkers. And I think they're very much affected by the agenda-driven media. And if you're in certain silos, you're only going to see certain things, and that works both ways. That's why the agenda-driven media is so bad. Because people think it's real, and it's not. Aviation says, I without a doubt would like MK13 back in a Bucs uniform, but if we're being honest, how much production does he have left in him to play at a high level? This is part of the deal. I don't know. I mean, I saw him have his best training camp last year. I saw it with my own eyes. He never looked better. The faster, perfect sync with Baker. You couldn't cover him. Could not cover him. And early in the season, it was great. I thought he was going to have a huge year. And, it didn't, with the clavicle and the hamstring again. And the hamstrings are a problem. They're a chronic problem. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Erik Erlendsson set to join us live from Benchmark International Arena as the Bolts are going through a skate this morning. I do not know if Jake Gensel is there, but I'm guessing he is not. As a member of the USA hockey team.
Would think not.
I believe he has an excused absence.
By the way, how about that exchange between John Cooper and Jake Gensel?
Oh, right after the game, that was awesome.
Right after the game, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That cutaway shot of Coop right after the goal went in, that was heartbreaking. Man. As I was celebrating for the United States, I saw that, and it was just like, gut punch. Yeah, it was, but I quickly went back to celebrating. Sorry.
Yeah, you did, I'm sure.
Sorry, Coop. But
Doing
it was for
shots.
a moment. I was feeling
By the way, Olympics, don't ever make me get up at 7 a.m. to watch a hockey game again. Just screw y'all.
I thought that kind of added to the allure, quite honestly.
Ridiculous.
The bar shots were fantastic. All right. Big thanks to our folks at Riveters who are absolutely packed for the gold medal game. Any big event, Riveters is the place to watch it, folks. There was USA all over the place. Place was going bonkers. That's why it's become the best place to watch sports in Tampa Bay. It's Riveters, soon coming to St. Pete as well in downtown St. Pete. So if you're going to Rays games this year, you can go to Riveters over there. How about that? Pretty cool stuff. RivetersTampa.com is the website. Go check out all the specials. The happy hours 3 to 7 every day is absolutely incredible. Food is fantastic. Great place to watch games. Riveters, just north of 275 there on Dale Mabry, just south of the stadium. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Sunny days or stormy nights, roofing problems out of sight. In Florida we stand so tall, pitch roofing, we do it all. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. When the hurricanes roll in, we've got the top that's gonna win. Protect your house from wind and rain. Choose pitch roofing, never in vain. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. Call us now for peace of mind. Top service you ever find. Pitch roofing won't let you fall. We're the best, just make that call. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show as we celebrate the greatest game in hockey history. At least for me. Recency bias. Phil Esposito earlier. Great comments from all of you. And now we welcome in our good friend Erik Erlendsson, Double E's, LightningInsider.com. Has been covering the Bolts for over 30 years and just a hockey fan in general. The best one I know. What's up, partner? How are you?
Good morning. How's it going, buddy?
I'm still riding high, bro. Phil just told me it wouldn't be the greatest game if Canada would have won.
He's not wrong.
And I had to admit he was right. It wouldn't have had to say. Just in my opinion, just my humble opinion, it's the greatest game I ever watched. What say you, Erik Erlendsson?
Well, obviously the importance of it adds significance to it, right?
Right.
It's a gold medal game. It's arguably the two greatest hockey countries in the world going off in a best on best tournament, and there's a lot of it. In terms of the quality of the game, look, it was on your edge of your seat. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen next type of game. I wouldn't call it a great game. I mean, let's face it, Canada did dominate the final two periods.
They did.
Right? As soon as they got that 5-on-3, and it was a great kill by the Americans, to keep that power play off for a minute 20 or whatever it was, 5-on-3. But it was Canada's game. It was a Connor Hellebuck show.
Yeah.
I mean, that save he made on Devon Tays, I mean, that's That's stamped material, right? Like this poster stamp material on that save. I mean, that photo that's been circulating around of him with the stick kind of slashed out to his right, and somehow like that. Like I think some of the comments after the game, or I think Johnny Gaudreau was looking over them for that game, for that save, because there's no way that puck should not have gone in.
Exactly.
Even with Erlenbach getting a stick on it, it went wide. Like it went wide, and so I mean, look, it was a great game in terms of the importance. It was the great game in terms of everybody watching and what it meant. Like this is why the NHL is in the Olympics, right?
Right.
Because how many people are talking about this game, and not just in America.
Yeah.
Right. It's a global stage. Jack Hughes is now a hockey hero for generations. He's Mike Eruzione without the miracle.
Yeah.
Right? Like he scored that game-winning goal, and now everybody knows who Jack Hughes is, where maybe a week ago they didn't know. And they didn't know the story of the Hughes brothers and his mother's importance to U.S. hockey and everything else. So in all of that wrapped up, it was a great game. In terms of what we saw on the ice, it was a good game.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I would agree with that assessment. And if we're being honest, a game of that magnitude, and I understand why, and Phil put it very, very well as well, as did Coop. I understand why they did 3-on-3, but a game of that magnitude should probably not be decided 3-on-3.
I don't disagree with that. Even the semifinals.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if that should be, because it is important. And I mean, what would it have meant for the Czechs to advance, to the semis? What would it have meant for Finland to advance to the gold medal game?
Yeah.
On 3-on-3, and I think I'd like to see it at least 4-on-4. It's a little bit truer to the game rather than 3-on-3. 3-on-3 is a skills competition, and again, how Canada did not take advantage of Makar, McKinnon, and McDavid on the ice at the same time, and the U.S. scored against them when they were on the ice. It is incredible that the U.S. won that game with all those factors kind of blended in. But they're a great team. They are a great team. But yeah, I don't 3-on-3 in that situation. Look, like John Cooper's comments I think are getting blown way out of proportion in some ways.
God, yes.
I don't think it's sour grapes on Coop's part. Certainly there's disappointment because he didn't finish. He didn't get the gold medal, right? But 3-on-3 is not real hockey.
Right.
It's just not. And there's a reason why it's not in the playoffs and determines important games in the NHL, right? Certainly time factors into it, there's no doubt. And especially in like the quarterfinals, you can't have a game go 3 overtimes. You just can't. That just can't happen.
Yeah.
So there's reasons why it's in place, but I agree. I think once you get to the the medal rounds or the medal game, I think there could be a better way to kind of figure that out to determine a winner rather than 3-on-3 open ice. It's a skills competition in a lot of ways, right? And we've seen 3-on-3 become a possession game, right? And teams don't like it, they circle back, and it's keep the puck, it's keep away until you can find your chance. And if you can't take advantage of it, you better hope you get somebody back in the puck.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know, maybe they could go 5-on-5 for one period and then go to 3-on-3. Maybe that's. I know it's a lot has to do with timing and the ceremony and the closing ceremonies and all that, but I don't know. And by the way, everything that when Coop said that about 3-on-3, he then went on to say, which people don't talk about, hey, we won a game of 3-on-3. We know the rules. We understand all of it, and he was very transparent about all that. And then, but I agree with him. It's just and let's be honest, if it stays 5-on-5, that's Canada's advantage, correct?
The way that game was trending for sure,
right? Yeah.
But when you get to overtime, anything can change. Momentum can shift, right? It's all that kind of stuff, and it's just like Nathan McKinnon's comments, I think, got blown out of proportion. People wanted to take that one little snippet of what he said. I'll let you judge who was the better team. He gave the Americans a lot of praise. They won the game. They're a great team. Like, that stuff was left out, and just wanted to kind of grab that little snippet and run with it of what he said. So, you always have to look at what the bigger picture is in terms of what guys are saying, what coaches are saying, and what we're seeing. And I think if we're going to look at that game objectively, I think Canada was the better team, but it doesn't matter. What's it say on the scoreboard? And at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah, people go back to 2010. Vancouver, the U.S. was maybe the better team, and Canada won. So on the Crosby overtime winner. So, I just thought it was tremendous theater with the storylines, the missed opportunities. I don't know how many times I stood up and go, I can't believe that didn't go in for both sides. For, the 5-on-3 for Canada, the U.S. 4-minute power play. Goudreau had an unbelievable look in the slot. Austin Matthews shoot the freaking puck. I mean, there were so many moments in that game that I'll remember. What moments will you remember most?
Well, certainly the save on Taves.
Yeah,
I was watching it with my youngest son, and I was like, how in the world did that puck not go in? Like, how did that not go in? You had to really see like 2 or 3 replays to figure out why that puck stayed out of the net and see the great save that Erlenbach made. I mean, that's a moment for me that will stand out for sure. I think Werenski winning the puck battle. I think it was from McKinnon, to set up the game-winning goal. That's a moment that's going to stand out. Obviously, Jack Hughes gets the credit for scoring the goal, but Werenski gets the credit for winning that puck battle and being up the ice to challenge for it. And, I don't know if it's getting talked about enough, but like the missing teeth that Jack Hughes had came from getting a stick to the face.
Yeah.
I mean, does that just not wrap up hockey in a nutshell?
Everything.
The guy who had
that
his
picture of him
out,
draped in the flag and the bleeding mouth and the gold mouth. I mean, come on.
I mean, that's hockey in a nutshell. It's just the perfect epitome of what hockey is all about. A guy who literally had his teeth knocked out early in the game scores, arguably it's not the greatest goal in American history. We all know that's never going to be taken away from Michael Easley. But it's one of the most important goals scored in U.S. hockey history, and the spotlight that it's put on the game and the NHL and everything else. It was everything hockey is about was wrapped up right there in Jack Hughes' game winner.
And as I said to Phil earlier, his legacy of bringing hockey to Florida, for a guy in Canada, guy captain Team Canada in the Summit Series, I said, you got 2 guys from Florida, Quinn Hughes and Jack Hughes, who probably wouldn't have played hockey if not for Phil Esposito. Maybe, I don't know. But 2 kids from Florida starring on this team. I mean, if 20 years ago we'd have told you that, we'd have probably said, maybe not just yet. But it's here it is, right?
Here it is, and we're watching the sport grow in the state, right? I mean, Shane Goss is there. From down in the South Florida area, has made his way to the NHL. Nathan Smith, right, who's from this area, who was on the Olympic team, 4 years ago when NHLers were not there. I mean, he's really the first homegrown Tampa based player to make it to the NHL and everything else. So it's growing, and this spotlight that's been on the game over the past 2 weeks and highlighted by an American gold medal first time since 1980 is going to do nothing but help grow the game. But I'm not even sure Phil could have, and he said it. He said there will be an NHL player from this area, but I don't think he could have imagined that you could have this many players come from Florida, have an impact. And I mean, look, the Hughes brothers were certainly born here. Their dad worked for the Orlando Solar Bears, but they moved around quite a bit because of his career and everything else that he did. Born in Orlando. So I don't know if anybody would have thought that 2 kids from Orlando would have 2 of the biggest goals in U.S. hockey history.
Unbelievable. All right. Anything else about this hockey tournament that caught your eye?
The play of Slovakia, right, to win their group. And if anybody was watching the group play, have you ever seen a team celebrate the 3rd goal in a 5-3 loss that was scored in the final minute the way the Slovaks did? That's the great part about international hockey is some of those things pop up, right? Because it meant that they could win the group, and they ended up winning the group because of that. They knew the importance of that goal. I mean, Sweden even pulled their goaltender after that to get the goal differential back to where it was.
Right.
And Sweden ends up as a 7 seed, and they get to face the U.S. In the quarterfinals, and that was a tough matchup for both teams. It really could have gone either way in a 2-1 game. So like Canada and the U.S. are certainly the top 2 teams, I think, in the world. But to look at what Czechia did against Canada and really put them on the ropes, in their quarterfinal matchup, and had them down late in the 3rd period before Suzuki tied it. So I just think it's great that there are other countries that can. And this is like, we're not even talking about Russia and what they could have potentially done in a tournament like this and what that could have meant. I love it that it's it's such a global game, and the Olympics I really think puts a spotlight on that because it is the best players in the world representing the country.
Erik Erlendsson joining us here from Benchmark International Arena. Who's there? Is Jake there today? I'm guessing Gensel is not on the ice today.
No,
he has an excused absence, I believe.
I don't think any Americans are practicing anywhere today from that. They're either still raging or sleeping it off right now, somewhere down in South Florida. Look, everybody is here with the exception of Jake Gensel, Erik Chernak, and Brandon Hagel. None of those guys are on the ice. John Cooper's not on the ice here this morning. So the Olympians that participated this weekend are not here. Victor Hedman is, right? Remember, he dressed but did not play in that quarterfinal game against the U.S. because of what we think was a groin strain or a groin pull that he felt during the warm-ups. But he's out here practicing under no restrictions. So he's out here. J.J. Moser's out here. Henry Sturgison's out here. Oliver Bjorkstrand is out here. Braden Point is still practicing in the Lilleberg. Charlie Wardastu, the list of injured players on their way to coming back. We'll see what everything looks like for tomorrow's game against Toronto. Anthony Cirelli, I would guess, probably won't play. He's still in a no-contact jersey. That's not a good sign for him to be able to return tomorrow. Remember, they start with back-to-backs. Tomorrow at home against Toronto, and Thursday they're in Carolina against the Hurricanes. So I would have to imagine Cirelli probably misses at least the next 2 games before they figure it out. No Nick Paul still. He's coming back from that injury he suffered in overtime against the Bruins in the Stadium Series game. So he's not on the ice yet, so he'll be out for a little bit as well. And then the injury bug that just will not stop biting his team took down Max Crozier, who underwent surgery last week. And when we were talking last week, we learned later in the day that Crozier's going to miss basically the rest of the regular season with 4 muscle surgery. It's going to keep him out at least 10 weeks. So injuries continue to be a story this season for this team, and yet they enter the game tomorrow night on a 19-1-1 stretch.
Yeah, how about that? And did you say Pointer was out there today? Will he play, you think, tomorrow night?
It's trending that way for sure. We had a chance to talk to him on I've lost track of days myself. Wednesday, when from the first day they were back on the ice last week, and he was kind of pointing towards feeling well enough to maybe play in tomorrow's game. So we'll see where things stand. But that's a good sign to have him back and ready. Because we talked to him. There was probably a chance he could have gone to Italy and maybe later played for Canada. He said he probably would not have been at 100%, but he potentially could have. And he felt it was better for him and for Canada that he didn't go. So I think that kind of gives you the indication that he's pretty close, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. But it's trending in that direction.
Do you sense that obviously Coop will be back for tomorrow and Gensel, and they'll play? You think Gensel will play tomorrow, or you think they'll?
I don't know.
Give him a day.
I don't know.
And Hagel.
Yeah, we'll see how this handles it. I mean, the league really should have given everybody at least an extra day.
Yeah,
3 days in the gold medal game to jump back in this guy. I know it's already a tight schedule, but I don't think 1 day would have made a difference. And just for the it's not easy travel, right? Coming back from Italy to get back,
especially now with the weather. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's just it, right? Like that, the charter could not get into New York, so they had to fly to Miami. Right. That was a change of plans that they had. So, we'll see. I mean, we'll have a chance, I assume, to talk to Rob Zettler when practice is over and find out, so people can, go head over to my Twitter feed and find out exactly what the plans are. But I would guess Gensel won't be available.
Yeah.
We'll see about Hagel and Chernak as well. I think Hagel and Chernak will probably play, but we'll see. I mean, today is a mandated day off, I think, for anybody that played over the weekend. So it's not a surprise that those guys are not practicing, having played over the weekend. But I don't think that rules. I mean, they're even talking in Toronto that Austin Matthews is probably going to play tomorrow, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's right. He'll be there as well. Have they announced anything that I'm texting John Franzone right now about any? I'm sure we'll have some video celebrations for the Olympics, but I mean, it's kind of hard, right? Like your head coach, it's not like he lost, but he didn't win. And it's I don't know. What do we do? How do we handle this?
You remember the 96 Olympics in Atlanta?
Yeah.
One of the advertising campaigns, I believe it was from Nike, was you don't win silver, you lose gold. Right? So is that where Hagel and Cooper are? Like it's kind of an awkward situation, right? So I don't know the answer to that. I'm sure there'll be something for all the Olympians, right? I think they'll lump maybe everything in together rather than just highlighting the gold medal winner.
I hope so.
Because look, at the end of the day, you didn't win the gold medal game, but there is nothing to be ashamed of coming home with a silver medalist from the Olympics. I mean, it hurts now for those guys, and you can see it. I mean, we know how emotional Brandon Hagel is.
Yes, yeah.
You could see it all over his face in some of the shots that we saw when they were handing out the medals in the medal ceremony after the game. He's a guy who will take this to heart, and he will wear that on his sleeve. But I think, 10, 15 years down the road, he's going to look at that silver medal and say, hey, we did. Look, he's an Olympic medalist. That's a pretty cool thing to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And what it did for the game of hockey, I mean, I think you got to be proud of that. If you're John Cooper and Hagel, and I mean, what this did for hockey, I think is immeasurable from a global standpoint, even from a national standpoint. I think the NHL made a ton of fans over the weekend. What are your thoughts on that?
And that's exactly why they go, right? Obviously, it means a lot to the players to represent the country. There's no doubt. But you are talking about a league that will shut down its season at a point in the sports schedule where there's not a lot going on.
Right.
It was like they've been shut down since before the Super Bowl. So that's kind of how far, we kind of lose track of that a little bit. But I think it's hard to kind of put a tangible sort of number on what the exposure to the game means to the league. But how many kids who are 8, 9, 10 years old right now, who were in the Hughes brothers position in 2010 watching Sidney Crosby win that gold medal, how many of them want to be the next Jack Hughes? How many now want to be the next Quinn Hughes? And that's something you won't even be able to measure until 10, 11, 12 years down the road.
Agreed.
Right? And that's why I think it's important. I think the 2 Olympic cycle gap between NHL players going to the Olympics hurt the momentum.
I agree.
The fact that they chose not to go in 18, and then obviously the schedule and the COVID situation in 2022 changed their plans on that one. But I think it's important for momentum, especially with, you get it in France in 2030, but 2034 it's back in Salt Lake City. So it's back on North American soil. I think it's important that the league does it again 4 years from now.
I agree.
To capitalize on this and make sure that when it is in North America, when it is in the Mountain Time Zone, which is a lot more favorable than an 8 a.m. gold medal face-off, I think it's important for the league to do it because I think the growth is not something you can necessarily tangibly measure, but it's out there.
Yeah, an incredible moment for hockey. All right, lastly, going forward for this team, coming off 19-1-1, obviously, I can't even imagine how itching to go Kucherov is and Vasilevsky. I mean, both of these guys have got to be on, I don't know if you call it a revenge tour or just, but it's kind of in that realm, is it not?
Anger tour.
The anger tour? Okay, that would work, yeah, I guess.
Frustration tour, yeah, no doubt. That we'll see. I mean, Kucherov's on such a roll, going into the break, and certainly Vasilevsky is as well. We'll see what that does. I mean, you do always worry about what it means to a goaltender to go 2.5 weeks without game action, and that speed and the feel for the game and the motion that takes place in front of you. But he's proven in the past that extended time off has not bothered him. I remember in 18, I think it was 18-19 when he missed 4 to 5 weeks with a broken foot. He came back and stopped 48 shots against the Leafs. Right? So the time off didn't bother him for that one. His first game back from the back surgery in Carolina, he was terrific in that game. So it doesn't seem to bother him. So we'll see what that does for him. And look, Kuch if he doesn't have Gensel tomorrow night, that takes one of his wingers away, but he might have Braden Point back. So I think that they're ready to lead this team. They are two of the bigger leaders. Cooch is a bigger leader, I think, that people understand because he doesn't make himself available to the media. He doesn't really say a lot when he does, but he is a big-time leader. There's a reason he has a permanent A on his jersey. I think he's ready to kind of step up and continue to showcase himself, and put himself right there in the MVP conversation again, where maybe he wasn't early in the year. So, and the other thing to kind of keep in mind, that the trade deadline's next week.
Yeah, that's right.
The trade deadline is next week. It's a week from Friday, so there's not a lot of time, in terms of, especially Julian, who obviously spent the last couple of weeks over in Italy with Team Canada's management team, to assess where he's at and what he wants to do with his team and what he might do. So that's something we have to kind of keep a close eye on here as well.
All right, Double E's, I know you got interviews to do. Thank you so much. Keep an eye on his Twitter. We'll find out more about who's playing and who's not here in a little bit. You can get it right from there. And, of course, sign up for lightninginsider.com. Go to the website. $40 for the year. What is it for the month?
$4.99.
Like nothing. Come on, people. Jump in. Got to do it. Support Eric. We love him. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. We got to send him to the next Olympics.
He's got to be able to afford that because, man, can you imagine if the coverage we would have had if he was in Milan or Cortina?
What's the next one? In French Alps? Is that where we're going?
Does it matter?
The French Alps?
Is it 2020,
and then it's Utah.
What, 2030 Olympics?
Yeah. 2030 Winter Games and 34. I think I heard 34 was in Utah.
French Alps region of Francois.
And then what's 34?
And then 2034 is not Fort Worth, Texas, as I was voting for. How about Salt Lake City?
That's what I thought. Yes.
Didn't we already have one there? Or no? I thought
we're having another one. Yeah.
They're allowed to do that?
They sure are.
When was Salt Lake? 02, right?
Yeah. And Milan, they were in Milan in 56. Milan. So, yeah, the word is there's not going to be a whole bunch of hoopla tomorrow night for the Olympics. There'll be a video. There'll be a video maybe, but not a whole lot of hoopla just because of the whole Canada Coop, Hagel, Gensel.
Yeah. I mean, I can see like a video montage of the players that play for the Lightning for on both sides, really.
But that's what I think we're looking at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats to all the Lightning players and with the Olympics. Yeah, I think that's where you go with that.
Do the classy thing and don't piss off your coach.
I don't think he would be mad. No, he's not that guy, but just like respect, right? Respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what.
And I can't wait for the left to twist that into something.
Bucs basement. Go to town. All right, I think we have some major Bucs and Rays news to pass along. And of course, we're going to take a break and tease you with it. So we'll do that. We'll come back on the other side. By the way, Orestes Destrana show coming up at 12:30. I told him we were talking hockey today, so he won't be joining us in our show. So the last segment goes to you guys and your comments and a couple other things, and of course the breaking news.
I'm guessing Cuba did not field a hockey team this year.
No, they did not. They wouldn't be allowed in anyway. Brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source, folks. If you're looking to get engaged, first and foremost, you do not want a fake diamond. Do not start your marriage with a fake diamond. Really bad idea. And the best place to get a real diamond and know the 4 C's, the cut, clarity, color, I forget the other one, customer service. It's where you go to get great customers. The 5 C's of the Golden Diamond Source. They're going to teach you all about that. And the biggest thing about it is that what they're telling you is for real. Because a lot of other places, like buying a real diamond online, seriously, you don't want to do that. Go to the reputable place, and none better than the Golden Diamond Source. Over 40 years, they've been in the business. Great folks in the local community, Julie and Steve Weintraub. So head on over there, get that diamond. And if you have any old gold jewelry, they are paying big money for gold these days. So bring that in and get your cash for that, and maybe spend some money right there in the store. Thanks to the Golden Diamond Source for their great support. Back in 3. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles! 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Alberton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair. Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. Though will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on this Tuesday as we celebrate the greatest game in hockey history as Canada valiantly falls to the U.S. in overtime. Jack Hughes scores the game winners. We're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. They just gave away a diamond ring to a lovely, lovely young lady, and I believe she was pregnant. So she got a great prize for her. For her baby.
If you're not sure, you probably shouldn't say it.
She admitted it in the video.
Okay.
So, yes, they gave away that. And the Mardi Gras T-shirts are always giving away something over at Genesis of Tampa. What they're really giving away are great, valuable luxury cars. They're not giving them away. But when you see the price, it kind of feels like they're giving them away, quite frankly. The value is that good. So go take a test drive over there at Genesis of Tampa. Tell them JP sent you. And he did not say they're giving them away. He said it's like they give them away. They're such great value. So don't get me.
Worst live read ever.
Worst live read ever. Hey, this guy say we're giving away cars on the air. What the hell's going on?
To pregnant ladies.
If you're pregnant, go get. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But it is a great read because everybody remember Genesis of Tampa because that was funny. That was really good. So I just came across this beauty. I sent it to you, but I can just play it on the air here. So this is actually, you know what? I sent it to you. Why don't you download it because it's better coming to see it.
Hey, while I'm downloading this, can I give a shout out real quick? Because I have a birthday shout out I need to give to my I was going to say my older, but my only brother, like fleshly, my actual brother. I call a lot of people brother.
Right.
But this is my actual relative brother. We share a mother and a father and that old thing. A lot of people don't know that I have a brother because I don't talk about him very much. But my brother, David Ham, turns the big 6'8" today.
The big 6'8". Wow.
Yeah. So I texted him to say, we talked maybe a couple.
1 year away from Nirvana.
He only lives like 29 miles or 29. He only lives like, 2.5 miles away from me. And we never see each other. Like, we just don't ever, whatever. We're busy.
Well, that's weird.
He feels weird to have a famous brother that's more famous than him. That's what it is.
Okay. I get that. Happy birthday.
But yeah, happy birthday to David, the big 6'8". And we joke around because we've always, once we got to, like 50 or whatever, I'm 39. That's our default. So now we're the same default age at 39.
So when you guys got high in high school, did they call you Baked Ham?
Let's see. David graduated in 76.
Can I get a rim shot for that?
I guess so.
Golly.
So yeah, like he graduated high school in 76. So that was the year I started elementary school. So we didn't do a lot of smoking pot together.
But when you did, you were Baked Ham.
We were always, I'm pretty much baked all the time. So anyway, had to give that out. So let's load the video here.
All right. Well, I'll give the breaking news first while you do that. The 22 acres that were to be bequeathed to the Rays that were part of Hillsborough College, it has been done. So as we told you, it was made just a procedural thing today, and the Florida cabinet have conveyed the 22 acres that the stadium will sit on to the Rays. And this is all part of the memo of understanding that already exists between Hillsborough College and the Rays development group here. So full steam ahead as we expected. So this is not, I know it seemed like it was a major deal, but it really wasn't. The governor came down here a couple weeks ago and said he was going to do it. So yeah, it's been done. So there you go. Now, and also, so Detroit, the Lions now are going to Munich, and there are basically two teams that have German promotional rights that are road teams on their schedule, and that's the Patriots and the Buccaneers. So reading the tea leaves, it's probably the Packers also, but they don't do divisional games overseas. So, and being as when the Bucs went, it was such a huge success, and they have tons of fans now in Germany. So I would think it's probably going to be the Bucs, but we don't know yet. And by the way,
possibility though, yeah.
By the way, that is not a good thing. It is not a good thing. International travel F's up your team.
Yep.
More than anything.
Ask the Jaguars.
It's not cool. The surfaces are weird. It's just not. It's not. If you're just into it, and I mean, obviously, you're not getting a home game taken away, but it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not a huge fan of it. If your team gets a game, I'm just not. Now,
the only good part about international games is when I get to wake up at 8:30 Central Time on a Sunday morning and watch football.
Place a bet and get ready to go. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's about it. No, I hate international games. I don't know why it's necessary.
Yeah, you got to your fantasy team. You got to get up early and start doing all that stuff. Yeah, I get it. But I have not gone to one international game. I have yet to go to an international game. So I want, and it's on my bucket list. And not for a Bucs game.
It's not an NFL game, but I mean, technically.
I mean, it's been a while since I've been back to the mainland of Europe.
Oh, I thought you were about to call it the mothership of Germany.
Munich. Munich's an incredible city. I've been there once for about 10 hours. That's about it. So I want to go longer, spend more time. All right. So, this is on the Today Show this morning. Was part of the Team USA coaching staff, played on the first USA women's team. I mean, this is about as patriotic a hockey player as you could, and obviously mother to Quinn and Jack. So, cue up the Today Show.
He was inviting them to the State of the Union and all that. And then he said a comment that gained attention. He said, I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. You know that? And the room kind of laughs. And he added, I do believe I probably would be impeached. He was sort of joking through this. But you're cheering on both teams. How did that comment land for you?
Well, I think at the end of the day, it's just about the country. And the moment that these players, both the men and women, can bring so much unity to a group and to a country. People that cheered on that don't watch hockey. People that have politics. And that's all both the men's team and the women's team care about. If you could see what we see from the inside and the men and women sharing, dorm rooms and halls and flex floors and the camaraderie and the synergy and the way the women cheered on the men and the way the men cheered on the women. Yeah. That's what it's all about. And the other things they cannot control. They care about humanity. They care about unity and they care about the country.
Totally. And don't you love that Ellen's horse from all that stuff?
See how she changes the subject so quickly after she just got face planted?
Yeah.
Way to go, Ellen Hughes. What a great answer. You got face planted.
And what? Now we know where Jack Hughes gets it, right?
Yeah.
F you, and F
I mean, it's just so on brand for Legacy Media. Let's see how we can start shit on a great moment here. Jeez, get out of here. Just get out of here. So sick of it. Can't you just for 1 minute put your freaking politics aside? Good God.
By the way, that aired on the Today Show, which is an NBC show.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the sports people are probably not as agenda driven and rigid as the news people, clearly. I mean, they've been pushing this bullshit for how long? God. It's in their DNA. They can't help themselves. And so that's why you have to just try and start crap. It's just, it's, and that's not supporting Trump. It's supporting America. Okay. It's not
but some people can't differentiate that.
They can't.
Some people cannot differentiate. If I'm all pro-America, go USA, USA, they automatically think that means you support one or the other political party, and that's not what it's about. We went through this after 9/11, right? The country, for a period of time, for those youngsters that weren't alive yet or were little kids, the country was unified for a short amount of time after 9/11.
Yeah.
And it went away very quickly, though.
It sure did.
Unfortunately.
It sure did. Yeah. And it went away quickly for this, too. As Phil said to begin the show, yeah, I said, "Will you think this will unify us?" He said, "No, the media won't allow it."
Yep,
nailed it.
God,
absolutely
so
nailed
right.
it. Yeah. All right, and Todd Bowles and Jason Licht are speaking at the Combine today. First time Licht has spoken since the end of the 2025 season. He has been noticeably absent, not doing any podcast, not doing anything, which I think speaks volumes as to how he felt about this, how this season ended.
Have you invited him on the show yet?
Retention.
Maybe he'll say yes to you,
specifically. Did I? Can't remember. I knew that he wasn't doing shows, so maybe I did not pointedly ask him. So yeah, but he'll talk today, and we'll get some plenty of fodder for tomorrow's show. So anyway, to wrap this up, for me, it's a moment that I will not forget ever. I love the Olympics. I love America. I love what the game of hockey brings. I love the culture of hockey. I've fallen in love with this game. One of the few sports I did not play growing up in South Florida, because we could not play growing up in South Florida.
Not a lot of ice.
We had no rinks back then, and I'm not old. So it's a moment in time that I think can bring us together and does bring many of us together, 85% of us anyway. And I think that's the best we can hope for these days, Timmy. Sports is a unifying endeavor unlike any other. And, our country is far from perfect. It is far from perfect. And we're trying to be better. And we've done better. When you look on the world stage, there aren't many countries, I think, that do it better than we do. We all have our warts. But the thing we can be proud of is we have produced some of the greatest athletes and the greatest team moments in history. And this was, for me, one of them. And it comes at a time that it's sorely needed, and can remind people that we can be proud of our country. And you can disagree with things that are going on with your country and still be patriotic about it. And the fact that you can disagree publicly about what's going on is the reason this country is so great. Because in most of the world, if you disagree with your country publicly, you will pay with your life. And that's true. That's 100% true. So we always welcome all opinions. We don't have to agree with them, but we welcome them. And we also welcome these moments that bring us together, and we can all cheer as one, because I think we did, on Sunday morning, and we continue. So, when you watch the State of the Union address tonight, if you can please separate your hockey teams, men's and women's, from your politics, you'll probably enjoy it more. And I'll look forward to seeing the guys with their gold medals sitting in the halls of Congress. I think that's pretty freaking cool. I think
you might enjoy life. You might enjoy life more if you can separate those things.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Have a great day, everybody. God bless America. Oh, wait, don't hit that. The closing song, I think we know what it's going to be.
Oh, am I going to sing?
You're damn right you are.
Oh, we should have done this earlier. Why are we doing it for the closing song? This is not the closing ceremonies. All right. If that's how you want to close the show, nobody's ever going to listen again. By the way, programming note, I just saw that Todd Bowles will be a guest on the Rich Eisen show today, live from the Scouting Combine. So we'll have audio of that for everybody tomorrow.
Fantastic.
My dog's already freaking out because I'm standing up. He thinks he's going outside. All right, we ready, boys and girls?
Yes, we are.
Oh, I got to pull the lyrics up because I only know Canada.
Oh, God, here we go.
You can't throw shit like this at me. You got to give me some warning here.
Come on. That was the good part of it. I think it's even better this way.
All right. That's the long version. I don't need the.
I'll help out. I'll sing background. Don't worry.
You don't have to. You want to try to harmonize?
Sure. Sure. Let's give it a go. It's not quite the Eagles, but we can give it a try. In recognition of the United States of America winning gold medals, the Canadian goose,
cheaters,
the hamster, hamon,
cheaters,
with the Star Spangled Banner. Yes,
right, here we go.
Yes, I'm giving the lead up.
So you got to start low so you can reach the high note. I'll do it baritone today.
Okay.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the light last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
Lovely.
through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, lots of bombs up in the air,
Nailed it.
gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave
Or
o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good night, everybody. USA. USA. USA.
See ya.
Well done.